what does it need to do next? I need to see it close bid on the hour. Watch this. Well, we are 45 minutes away from that. Listen, I'm not putting a lot of coin on this thing, so I have nothing to brag about. But I'm long at 24. Got hosed on that one by about 3 pips. And I need to see an hourly open higher close. All right, that's what we need to see. If we can get that, then this thing's going to make a good little run. And maybe we'll get lucky because it's going to take some luck. And we hit a 72, but we held the 61.8. Here's what I can tell you. If we start seeing above 50s, then we're on our way back up again. We'll go back to those highs. We had a real nice Aussie dollar trade that I closed out Tuesday for 64 pips and thought I was going to be real smart and get back in again a little bit lower. Forget that. It took off and left me sitting there looking stupid, but we still made a little bit of money. I mean, so, it's just, there's just, with this trading, it's just a little bit of luck helps out. This is going to be a key transition point right now. Remember, we had that 41 high, and we need to move through that. We had the 34, then we had the 51. So an open and higher close above. I'm just look at a 5-minute chart. A 5-minute open above 51 and higher close, and you know what? You're probably going to see some profits. Euro yen's moving up, and guess what? Looking to go higher. It's breaking through some resistance. Could this thing give us a bit more of a upside? Could. It's going to be a euro dollar trade. We're already in that, so let's just kind of hold. But if I had to just put something on the book, I might consider buying euro yen stop to entry. Probably not a bad idea. Let me think about this. I'm going to keep mine where it is because my objective with this trade is I'm going to give it a little bit of room. Gosh, for some reason I was thinking I was 10 about that. Yeah, this thing should move on up, and I'll be I'm struggling with this pound dollar. It just keeps saying, "Hey, listen, how many hints do I need to give you? I told you I'm heading back up. Now, come on." And it just keeps doing this to me, and I keep finding reasons not to. Aussie dollar. I don't even want to talk about that one right now. Come on, baby. Give me a good close at the high. 5-minute open, higher close. All I need. Went back to the highs. We've got 3 minutes. I'm looking now for about a 111.13. Yes, that's a pretty good little move there, but I need to see a strong, if we can close on new highs here in the next 3 minutes, we'll be on our way. There it is. Come on, baby. 70. Come on. We just saw new highs. So the prediction of 5-minute open higher close above 56, we'll see new highs, is once again held to be true. We still haven't sustained above that level. Now here's the next measure. A 5-minute open above 72 and higher close. That's the next one we got to get through. So on this move up all the way, we've got confirmation. This is the wave theory, all right? You know where you need to where you need to get the confirmations, how they need to come. Then you have to look at what time frames, and then you look at the 5s, the 15s, the 30s, the hourlies, 2 hours, 4 hours, dailies, weekly, monthlies. Each time frame has its own significance. And look at this. We're still waiting for a 5-minute close, and this thing still could close lower, which would not be a good thing. If it opened up at 62, and look, we're already at 64, and I still got a minute left. That could put an offer to this thing on that close. It did have a new high, and if it could close bid, it would have already met the criteria that a new high will follow, and it barely did. So close bid, barely. The close was at 65. It opened up at 62, and we did see a new intraday high. So the measure proves, once again, to be 100% accurate. I probably should just take profit. I'm up 41 pips on this goofy little 10-lot trade. Should I take profit? What do you think? We have FOMC later today. Well, is it going to be another Aussie dollar trade where I book 64 pips and the thing screams 150 after that? Am I going to have nightmares and horrible dreams and anxiety and self-destructive inclinations because of a decision I made on closing a trade. Yeah, I'm not ready to. I did move my stop, so I'll look at my stop is now. Whether we want to move it higher, that's and I'm not ready to add. No, I don't want to add on this trade just yet. But you know what I try to do is I'm scanning charts. I've got some other people that help me do this, and we keep our eyes on the charts, and we're looking for 5, 15s, 30s, sometimes 20s, and we're looking at all time frames, looking at multiple things. I mean, you got to really do a lot of stuff. Now I'm in with a small position. You know, if you take profit, fine. We made 40 pips. Not a bad thing to do. I'm just thinking ahead going into FOMC. If I'm up 40 pips on a trade that may go 200, you know, do I want to risk? I'm not going to lose anything on this trade. I got more money today in the bank than I did on Monday. I got more money in the bank than I did on Friday. I got more money in the bank than I did on April 1. I would say be a smart man. Take some profits. Don't let it all slip through your fingers. And don't do as I do. Don't you do as I do. Do as I say. Do as I say. Did your parents ever tell you that? Okay, well done, Dean. Yeah, I don't see any reason to add just yet. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. I'm going to take some. Boom. I took 5 lots. All right. Wow. Okay, so that takes a little bit of the sting off that stop at entry. Hey, we're winding up the month. We'll get a bit more. We've got FOMC a bit later today. I mean, we could see some major fireworks before this is all said and done. We have a lot of trading to do. We're not going to make all of our money today. You know, we're in this for the long haul, and that's one thing you need to realize. You know, I know professional money managers who do have the discipline to understand the markets. It amazes me. You know, these guys are educated, and I'm not talking about necessarily the traders, but I'm talking, you know, money managers, guys who are, you know, allocating funds to traders, stuff like that. I would say, without exception, I've never met one. Well, I got one guy back with Lehman Brothers some years ago. He was a pretty good guy, and he had a pretty good idea. And I've got one guy right now that I've been trading for UK for some time, that he's just like, listen, you know what? I've seen what you can do. Just, you know, do what you know is price. And if we don't make it every day, then, you know, there's always another day. You can tell you some things that would just blow you away. And like how these people won't be able to sustain a living. But here's where I'm going with this. We're not going to make all of our money today. And you know what? If we miss something, fine. That means there's always another day, and you need to realize that. So, yes, I get frustrated. I sit here and I see things. You know, I mean, look at what happened to me this week. I had a trade on the book Friday that we put on. We called out. We said, we told you where the Aussie dollar was going to go. It's done that. And, you know, I closed it out for 64 pips on Tuesday ahead of the session. And my motivation was, you know what, we'll get a little bit of pullback. We'll get back in. And look, I have been a goat since, all right? But you just got to realize that, you know, you're not going to win every one of them, and you're not going to make 100% of the right moves every time. And, gosh, you know, this Euro yen trade. Take this. We're long 130, one stop 131 earlier. Look where it is out now, 70 pips. What did I do? I closed over 10 pips. Why? Because I thought I could buy it at 131. And so I didn't want to take a risk with the GDP and FOMC and with everything else. I thought, you know what, let's just cover, get out, take our 10 off, and then we'll buy it lower, and then that's going to give us a lot bit better risk reward. And so, I mean, that's just a perfect example. But you know what, you just move on, and we got a euro dollar trade right now that looks pretty good. I'm in light, regrettably, because, well, a little bit of an oversight on my part, but regardless, we're making money. We still got more trading. The market's not going anywhere. There's another day. So we don't feel like you always have to get it done today, right here and now. This is it. This is actually a audit report of managed accounts, and this we had 3 of these things done, not at my expense, because it's about a $15,000 deal every time. I'm just kind of scrolling through this thing. But this one here was done. This is just, you know, this was an old one, because we've got 6, 8, and 10 done. All right. So this is done by Spicer Jeff Rollo. This is when the report was complete. But I'm just going to give you an example. It's not this one. This is not what I'm talking about. This is an audit report. So what they do is they actually take the account, they take the trade logs, They randomly confirm and verify trades. They don't confirm every single trade, but they actually, have to pull the report themselves. They have to confirm the report, make confirmations what they do. Well, this was an account. Let me just show you this right here. This was an account that we had at FXCM through that was our prime broker. This is the auditor. This is some other nonsense stuff here, that kind of stuff. Well, look at this. Let's just look at the performance, and these are net because we had a markup, and then we had some performance fees that we charged. We had a incentive fee that was payable per month. So at the end of each month, what happened is we had like a IB account, and as we made trades, our markup, and then at the end of the month, the performance got paid into the IB account at the end of each month. So these are the net numbers here. January. So let's just look at this. Let's just assume this is 2000 and put a 2015 there. Let's just put a 2015. So we make a 6.24 here. All right, and then, oh wow, we come back here and take it on the chin and lose 5.14. Not good. What happened? Well, hey, things happen, but you just go on. You don't worry about it. You go on. You know what works. You're a good trader. You've been doing it for years. This is what you do. Uh-oh, yeah, happened again. Something messed up. What do we do? Well, let's look at things. Let's go see what we're doing. Let's back test. Let's maybe change some of the filtering. So you go back and reevaluate things, and you tweak things here and there, which we do occasionally, and we need to, and that's just part of trading. But you just, but the main thing is you just stay with it. But if you have to make adjustments, you do. And I can tell you right now, things that we're doing back then, we're doing better today. But it was a lot easier back then than it is today. Okay, there's a lot easier market to trade in 2006 than it is in 2015. So you guys that are just getting in here, let me tell you, it is probably one of the most difficult things that I've ever seen in the going on 16 years. I've been sitting here doing this. 16 years. What were you doing 16 years ago? I was sitting here doing this, which is not that long, really, in the big picture of things. But look at that. So here I am, March. So I'm basically down 7% and at the first quarter, and I'm really just looking like a stooge. Okay. And if you got your money manager behind you and he's crying, he's all upset, and he's looking for another trader, and you know what? He's just like, well, you know what? We better do something different. This isn't working. You know what? You're not going to make it all in one day. You're not going to make it all in 3 months. You just need to stay with what you know is right. And let me tell you what would have happened. Well, that idiot would have missed out on an 8.67% net in April. He would have missed out on an 8.13% net in May. He would have missed out on a 7.84% in June. He would have missed out on a 21.63% net. These are net numbers in July. He would have missed out on a 19.7% August, a 21.17% in September, a 15.38% in October. And look at this. I'm going to tell you what happened here. These guys, FXCM, right there. Let me tell you what these guys did on October, I think it was October 23rd of 2006. And finally I came to some decent terms with these guys, and I knocked out another 4.58. But let me just show you that. Look at that. This is just a typical year. A good January, you can get beat up on the February, March. You know what? You're down 7%. At the quarter, and then you come back, whack, and make all this money. A little bit of a problem here, maybe, who knows what. But still, 88.5, and that is just a typical year right there. And so what you got to realize is that we're not going to make our money on any single day. We're not going to make all our money in a single week. You just need to stay with it, give it time. Things will work out. And in the long run, if you know what you're doing, you're going to make money. You'll make it consistently in time. And so that's just FX. Welcome to it. And then you get other guys who just haven't a clue about what they're doing, and I'm not even going to go there at that because there's stuff I'd like to say. So what do we have on our book? Well, look at this. I'm going to 1150 on this euro. Should I raise that up? Let's just take that thing, get rid of it. I don't know where this thing's going to go, but our objective on this trade was to what? Let's get a little bit on the book, and maybe we'll get lucky. I said we're going to go to 1150. We're there. We're making a little bit of money. Don't have a lot of exposure. Stops at entry. You got some coins. Should have taken this pound dollar. I blew it on that one. But you just got to be patient. You're going to make some mistakes. I've been doing this a long time. You see everything I do right here in front of you, good and bad. And believe me, there's bad. But when the good gets there, then you know what? It gets there, and we make it back. So yeah, I should have the 15-pound long on. I'm sorry, I missed that. I feel bad because I just didn't have a chance to really. I saw it real quick, and I just go, oh, there it is. I'm talking. I missed it. Meantime, there's nothing else out there. So we've got FOMC coming up now. Well, not now, but here in a little bit. And hopefully this is going to do what we need to. Now, for any of you, is there anybody here that's not in this Euro trade? All right, let me tell you, we just hit an R3 on the Euro, and that was a little bit above my target. So we're getting a pretty good bid. I pulled my 1150 out, but if we're going to take some profits, this is the spot to do it right here. Good. Take your money. Nothing wrong with profits. You're up 100 pips. All right, here we go. Look at this Euro. Here's in 3 hours, and I'm probably going to conclude the session here shortly, and we'll come back for FOMC. Let me know if you have any other questions, thoughts, suggestions, ideas, hints, innuendos, whatever else you might have out there. Let me know.